If you're a homeowner in Silver Spring, Maryland, you already know it's an amazing place to live. But what you might not know is that lurking just beneath the surface, in your walls and under your yard, are some very specific plumbing challenges that are kind of unique to our area. So let's dive right in and figure out what makes Silver Spring plumbing so different.
So what is it? What makes the plumbing here so darn tricky? Well, it's not just one single thing. It's actually this perfect storm of history, the local geology, and even the beautiful trees and parks that we all love. We're going to break it all down.
All right, let's start with the invisible threats. I'm talking about the factors that are literally built into the ground and the history of Silver Spring, the things that are putting your home's pipes at risk day in and day out. First up, a little history lesson. A lot of Silver Spring's most charming neighborhoods, places like Woodside and North Hills Park, are filled with homes built way back in the 1930s and 40s. Now, back then, they used galvanized steel pipes. After 80-plus years, those pipes are now corroding away, but from the inside out, where you can't see it. Now, let's look underneath your beautiful lawn. There's another problem: the soil itself. Silver Spring has this really clay-heavy soil that basically acts like a giant sponge. It swells up big time when it gets wet, and then shrinks and cracks when it's dry. All that movement puts a ton of constant, shifting pressure on the rigid sewer lines buried down there. And here's where nature and your home go head-to-head. You know all those gorgeous, mature trees, especially around areas like Sligo Creek? Well, they have incredibly powerful root systems, and those roots are on a mission. They're naturally drawn to the moisture inside your older clay sewer pipes, and they will actively hunt down and bust through tiny cracks to get to it, causing just massive blockage ice. And hey, it's not just what's happening underground. We all know how wild the weather can get here, right? Especially near places like Rock Creek Park. Temperatures can just plummet overnight. Those sudden, deep freezes are notorious for bursting exposed pipes in crawl spaces or outside walls, often before you even wake up. Okay, so knowing the risks out there is one thing, but how do they actually show up inside your house? This next part is all about spotting the warning signs before a little problem turns into a full-blown, wallet-draining disaster. So here's the really crucial thing about those old galvanized pipes. The damage is completely hidden. They literally rust from the inside, creating all this buildup that's slowly but surely strangling your home's water supply. Think of it like plaque in an artery. It's a problem that just gets worse and worse over decades. So how do you know if this is happening to you? Well, the clues are pretty clear once you know what to look for. Is your shower pressure just sad? Do you ever see a little burst of brownish, rusty water when you first turn on a faucet? Or maybe you found these tiny, random pinhole leaks. Yep, those are the classic signs. Now, let's get back to those tree roots. I want to be clear. They are not just passively growing nearby. They are actively hunting for the water and nutrients inside your sewer line. They can find one tiny little crack in an old clay pipe and turn it into this massive, tangled web of roots that blocks everything. The signs of a root invasion: they start small, but they get loud. First, you'll probably notice your sinks and showers are draining super slowly. Then, you might start hearing these weird gurgling sounds coming from your toilets after you flush. And the final can't-miss-it sign: a complete sewer backup coming right up through the floor drain in your basement. No fun. Okay, this next one is a ticking time bomb in so many homes. Your water heater wasn't built to last forever. It's got a lifespan of about 8 to 12 years. After that, the tank inside starts to corrode. And when it finally fails, we're not talking a slow drip. It's usually a rupture that can dump 40 to 50 gallons of water all over your floor in an instant. But it usually gives you some warnings. You got to use your eyes and your ears. Look for physical signs, like little rust spots on the outside of the tank or any moisture pooling around the base. And listen, if you hear rumbling or popping sounds, that's often sediment that's built up inside, a really clear sign that unit is stressed out and getting close to failure. Okay, so you've spotted a problem. Now for the next critical step: who do you call? Seriously, the choice you make right here can be the difference between a real, lasting solution and a much, much bigger headache down the road. Look, the difference couldn't be more stark. A licensed plumber knows Montgomery County's specific codes like the back of their hand. They pull the right permits, which protects you if you ever sell your house, and they carry insurance, so you're not on the hook. A handyman, well, they might seem cheaper up front, but you're taking on a huge risk of failed inspections, and you might even have an insurance claim denied because the work wasn't up to code. Getting a big repair done can feel totally overwhelming. I get it. But a real professional will have a clear, transparent process that's designed to give you peace of mind from the moment they walk in the door.
Here's how it should go. It should always start with a proper diagnosis and clear, upfront pricing. No surprises. Once you give the okay, the expert gets to work, and they handle all the permits. But it doesn't stop there. A pro job includes a total cleanup, and they'll even follow up later to make absolutely sure you're happy and everything is working perfectly.
You know, the best way to deal with a plumbing emergency is, well, to prevent it from ever happening in the first place. So let's talk about how you can shift from just reacting to problems to proactively protecting your home. Really, you can think about plumbing service in 3 different categories. First, you've got your emergency repairs. That's for when things go catastrophically wrong. Then there are installations and upgrades from when you want to improve your home. But this third one, preventative maintenance, this is the real game changer. Things like a regular drain cleaning or a sewer camera inspection can spot those roots or that corrosion long before they cause a flood. And that brings us to the final, really important question. We've seen that so many of Silver Spring's biggest plumbing threats, the soil, the trees, the unpredictable weather, are literally right there in your own backyard. So knowing that, the real question isn't just if you're prepared for a problem, but is your home truly protected from the unique world it's sitting in day after day?